Hey everybody, this is Matt, and welcome back to yet another Bulldog review. So, guys, this is my 20th movie review, which this is very huge, especially for the times that we are in. I really think for it to be number 20, that this is a very special one to me, and I just recently finished it, and I have a lot to say about it. It is Mitchell's vs. the Machines, aka Connected, and then back to Mitchell's vs. the Machines. So let's talk about this. So, this is a movie that I've been tracking ever since it was first announced back last year when COVID hit. It was originally called The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Then Sony kind of changed up the name and we got Connected, and it was originally supposed to be released in theaters in October of 2020. Then Sony decided to remove it from the schedule completely back in December, and it was just now released recently on Netflix. And I've got a lot to say about this film because this is a film that I have been tracking down for quite some time. So let's talk about it. We're going to call this Project Connected, and I'm going to call this Mitchell vs. the Machines also. So this movie is basically from the same people who directed the Lego Movie, and if you know, it's Phil Miller and Christopher Lord. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, they are excellent at what they do, and I just love their work. The Lego Movie actually is one of my favorite pieces that they did, and then of course, more recently they did Spider-Verse back in 2018, which won them several Academy Awards, including Best Animated Feature. That was very close to what we got with Frozen, but it got beat out. But in the end, I think Phil Lord and Christopher Miller really did a good job with Spider-Verse in that regard. So here we have Mitchell's vs. the Machines, an entirely new concept from the geniuses behind Spider-Verse and Lego Movie. Now, for starters, the animation in this movie reminds me a whole lot about Spider-Verse. It's just this comic book style kind of a motif where we get this movie about this family surviving the robot apocalypse. A really interesting story, and it's really cool to see this movie in action, particularly with the idea of the visual effects going on in the film. That's what I really praise this film on, is the visual effects. More likely when I did my review of Spider-Verse, this film is a visual masterpiece, similar to Spider-Verse. Now, of course, the storyline, I was thinking when I saw the trailer back in 2020, I saw something a little bit different. I was thinking this is going to be this generic family-style movie where the family kind of learns stuff at the end, similar to like Cheaper by the Dozen, Dr. Dolittle, and maybe even a couple of other movies that I have seen back in the early 2000s that the motif here. But what they have done with this film, Lord and Miller, have done Rionda, Lord and Miller have all did an excellent job of this film. And the storyline was completely different. It was completely new to what I was expecting this to be. Now, given the fact that this movie has been delayed a couple of times due to the pandemic, I have to say, this movie was well worth the wait in its own right. Because, you know, for a movie about the idea of family and surviving the robot apocalypse, similar to what we're doing right now with surviving the pandemic apocalypse, really, this is a good movie to end out a frustrating year back in 2020 when we could have seen this movie in theaters. Now, of course, again, this movie I praise on its visual effects. I mean, this is the movie I heavily want to praise on because of its visual effects. This could have been a very, very good 3D movie if Sony would take the time to actually place it in theaters for limited engagement. We could see this in 3D with everything included, as the way it should be. Spider-Verse, I actually got to see that in 3D, and the visual effects with that were amazing. Similar to here, and this is the way that I can see this movie being a visual spectacular. So, the storyline, again, very, very well done, very well executed. The third thing that I think really sets this thing apart is the characters. I mean, you have a group, you have a family, the Mitchells, who really are this weird family, as a matter of fact. And, you know, the characters all were excellent. There is an excellent chemistry between them. I felt it between the dad and, I'm not going to spoil it, but the sister, Katie. I really think that there is a powerful chemistry between them. They build on that character building, which is really very well done for these type of animated movies. And similarly to Raya and the Last Dragon, this is a film that I think has a lot of great chemistry. Now, of course, some actors that I knew that were going to be in the movie, Danny McBride, Maya Rudolph, and then there were other few like John Legend, Conan O'Brien, Eric Andre, you know, very good. I like that. This is an all-star collaboration that I was not expecting. Similarly to what we got back in 2020 with Trolls World Tour, this is a film that I believe had a lot of potential. It had a lot of purpose. And it shows that this movie did, after all, burst with creativity, and it burst with this overjoyous exuberation. And to tell the truth, the thematics behind this movie were very well put together, and I can see this movie really trying to go for an Academy Award in 2022, but I mean, there are more animated movies out there that are probably going to get an Oscar nomination or an Academy Award nomination. But really, this is a film that I think is going to really roll some eyes, and in the sense, in a good way, because it's going to really make people think about what they are going through right now. This is a movie that I think can really change the minds of our society right now, and I love this movie to death. So far in 2021, this happens to be my #1 favorite animated movie of 2021. I'm putting it there. I'm giving Mitchells vs. Machines, aka Connected, a perfect 10 out of 10. This film deserves the praise and honor, and it really deserves every little bit of praise, and it deserves a little bit of reception that it can get. And the Rotten Tomatoes critics, it's magnificent in every sort of way. This is a film that I've been waiting for, and it's worth the wait. Now we can only get Netflix or Sony to do a limited time engagement. That's the only thing we need, and it's a capacity of 3D. That's the only way we can visually enjoy this movie visually. So yeah, guys, so that's going to be doing it for my review on The Mitchells versus the Machines. So, before I forget, there's not really a lot of flaws, but I know there's only one major flaw in this film, and well, you know, there's really none. I can't really think of any major flaws in this film. A lot of good constructives here that I think that can really be emphasized, and I really love this movie to death. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching this. Thank you for watching this review. So my plan is, now that I'm off for summer, I plan on doing more movie reviews for you guys. So the next planned movie review is Cruella, which comes out on May 28th. So that one will be coming out probably around May 29th-ish, May 30th-ish, somewhere around that area. That's what I'm kind of looking at right now. And I also plan on doing movies like Vivo, which is the Lin-Manuel Miranda animated comedy from Sony. I also plan on doing Spirit Untamed. I have not seen Spirit Riding Free, so I'm not sure. Luca is a definite yes, because Luca I have been kind of tracking also ever since I saw Soul. Some of the other ones I'll be looking at are Space Jam: The New Legacy. That one is expected to be 24. That one's going to be a very extended review. It's going to be a pretty long review when I do that one. And then Hotel Transylvania 4, Transformania, I'm not entirely sure about that one yet, but that one will probably be on the back burner until I see a trailer or something, just to kind of prove my point. And then, of course, Addams Family Part 2, and then there will be more animated movies as I see that they deserve reviews for. And you guys will see it in the community tab if I announce anything. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it. thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to go check out Mitchell's vs. the Machines. So be sure to go check out Mitchell's vs. the Machines on Netflix. It's out right now. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys very soon. So long, folks.